A tale of two halves. Did a really good job the first half. Played just the way we wanted to. Felt like we had everything in good control, and just was really I was really pleased with how the effort that we had in the first half. Everything seemed to go really well. Shot the ball probably by far better than we normally do, and they shot the ball pretty well too. But then the second half ended up being much more. They did an extremely good job of taking advantage of our turnovers. And we had obviously too many of them, and I don't think it's a secret that was probably the turning point in the ball game, and a lot of those turnovers ended up in being easy baskets for them on the other side. So I have to credit them. They played extremely hard. They did a great job of taking advantage of a situation. I thought their pressure in the second half really kind of threw us for a loop, and we just had a hard time recovering from that. So wish them the best. I think it's always in a sense, it's very, you know, I'm not sure what the word is, but it's a whole lot easier to take a loss against a team that played as well as they did, and really outplayed us in the second half than it is to have our mistakes. And obviously we did make our mistakes and allowed them to get back in the ball game, but they did an excellent job. I have to credit Angelo St for playing a really good game, and especially the second half.
I think our mentality is kind of what we've gone into every game with. I think we just kind of use what works. I think if they're willing to, let the post be open, we're going to hit it to the post. If they want to double team the post, then it's more of that inside-out game and have us shoot. So honestly, every game is different on how teams want to guard us. But just this game, it was a lot of being able to get it into them. And Tori and Brittany did a great job finishing, as well as a lot of our other players. So in the end, I think you just go into games with, trying your hardest. I think that this is it was exciting, to get to this spot. And I think regardless, making it to the national tournament is something to be really proud of. Winning the RMAC was something to be proud of. So I think we were just, trying to have the best time that we can and try to go as far as we can.
I don't know, rely on your teammates and just play with confidence and work hard every second that you're out on the floor. I think our underclassmen do a great job of that. I'm super blessed to have them and thankful for their hard work all the time. So, as much advice we can give them, they give it right back, and we learn a lot from them as well.
You had 26 points in the paint in the first half, and then that pretty well dried up in the second half. What was different in terms of getting the ball in the interior or once you had it?
Their zone, for whatever reason, it's a good zone, obviously, and their defense was really solid. And in the second half, they did a great job of plugging that up and taking away some key things we wanted to get accomplished. But yeah, either way, they're a great team and weren't falling for us as much in the second half.
Coach, you talked to Coach Baker. How difficult were the challenges to guard? They had 6 players in double figures just to guard everyone on the floor, not to really hone in on one player. How difficult was that?
Well, that's kind of it. It's much more difficult, and honestly, that's what it was our advantage in the first half. Our scoring was spread out all over on the first half, and so that was a difficulty they had to deal with. We had to, in our turn, deal with that in the second half much more so. So it's always easier to key on a couple of players than it is to key on the entire team that's out there. So yeah, it's much more difficult that way.
Coach, if you could really reflect, obviously you have some key seniors this year. It's your first year here at UCCS. Could you just reflect on as far as how this year's been and what these seniors are going to be giving to the program?
Well, it's done this a long time, and it's when you come into a situation, it's always definitely beneficial, number one, to have good players, which I did inherit. I can't take any credit for that initially. And so the other side of it is I felt like they were the seniors in particular, were extremely coachable. We did a lot of things different this year, and we asked them to do some crazy things that weren't necessarily the traditional way to play, and they accepted that, especially the three seniors. And if you get your three seniors to accept it, then normally you have a pretty good following with the rest of them. So I told him inside, I have a tremendous amount of respect for all three of the seniors and what they accomplished this year, and not only this year, what they even accomplished before I even got here. And they've set a tone and built something, helped build something that I'm hopeful that will continue on with the mentality and the work ethic of the three seniors. And that's something we've been working on all year, and they were definitely the catalyst when it came to that for our team.
When you have a team shoot 61% in the first half, is there part of you that braces, just for the statistical likelihood that it's going to come down and
Oh, yeah.
kind of prepare for what's going to happen?
Yeah. I mean, I told Liz before we started the second half, when I saw the stat sheet, I said, well, odds are we're not going to shoot 61%. Then I looked at theirs, and they shot 49%, so they shot a pretty good percentage themselves. And you just obviously can't count on that. We just gave them just too many opportunities to score easy baskets, I think, too. Even if we we cut the turnovers back a little bit, I think we could have maybe held on a little bit, but we just kind of lost a little composure. I don't think there's any question about that. That's pretty obvious. But again, that's life. If we don't learn something from this, if the these guys have learned what they can learn. But if our returning players don't learn anything from this game, then it's a waste. But the advantage is this could be really a real learning experience for the players that are returning next year.
And I want to talk about your role has really been that 3-point shooter in today's
Mhm.
really played a big factor in it, going 6 of 9 from the field, almost had another season high 20 points. So how has that really just been able to help you and help the team as far as the journey getting on that championship as well this time around?
Well, I think the special thing about our team is that there can be nights where, I need to score more threes than I would normally. Like tonight, I shot it a lot more. I think last night I had like 5 points or something. But that's the cool thing about our team is that different people step up every night. And it may be a night where my job as a senior and as a leader is just to get it to the post or to make that extra pass and kick it to the person that's open. And so I think the special thing about our team is that every night new people could be up here doing interviews, and I think that's so special. And it just happened to be, me tonight and something where I was hitting, so our team did a great job of making sure that I had open shots. So I give, all of my success to my team because without them, I wouldn't have gotten those open shots without being able to go inside out, that kind of thing. So I think every game is just different and what they need from me, and so this game, is just more threes. So that's what I tried to do.
Talking a little bit about your sister as well being on the team. How fun is it this year, senior season, senior year? How fun is it to be able to give a couple passes to her, watch her give and go? She ended up shooting 100% on the night as well.
It's amazing. I think that she's so special to me, and we fight all the time, but that's normal. And so I think being able to look at her, and finishing the season, and she's the first one I hugged out of the locker room, and I think it's something that's special that we can share together. And I think I'm so proud of her and how she plays, and I think knowing that I can give it to her and there's a high percentage shot she's going to make it just warms my heart to know that when we'll pass each other and score, and my parents are so happy. And so it was cool. I think that being a senior and being able to leave and play that last year with my sister is something that not a lot of people get to do. So I'm very proud of her, and I hope that she has a great 3 more years of this, and I hope she loves it as much as I have.
Tori, one more question. Double-double here in the CSU tournament, and that really just a high accolade there with that. This being your senior season as well, taking a look and seeing how much you've accomplished this year, you putting everything on the line, driving for every loose ball, watching your tenacity out there. It's just so fun. Just any final thoughts and comments on this season as far as you putting everything out there with this last finish?
I mean, not just this season, but these past 5 years, I owe so much to the school and this program and my teammates, and I wouldn't be the person I am without them. So just so blessed and thankful that I had this opportunity, and hopefully I set a good example for everyone else, and they got to learn from me a little bit just as much as I got to learn from them. But yeah, just thankful for this program overall.
One last question. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.